She walked away 3 years ago, but now she's back, demanding money as if nothing ever happened. Let's see how this case turns out.
The reason for the request for the modification was the fact that I did get let go from my job because of the school schedule, for the kids. So being that I do live so far away from the kids to school, they had to let me go because I was doing drop off and pick up and just waiting there in the line. So I did have to be fired from my job.
It's none of my business. It's none of my business.
So that was the reason why I had asked for some assistance.
Daycare exists for a reason. Apparently, she missed that option.
Okay. So the visits had never changed. So you were still doing 1 week on and 1 week off.
So we were getting the kids, me and my husband were getting the kids an extra day. And so they would add up, but I couldn't tell you how many days they added up. And then it went back to being the same.
Why were you getting the kids an extra day?
There was just like stuff that was going on. I believe there was like sickness. I don't remember which individual it was, but it was like a few days here and there.
So
but
were these extra days?
Modification was not for the visitations. It was more because of the financial, because I did lose my job.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Why would the ex care to pay for that? He already moved on. But what I don't understand is why isn't she demanding it from the new husband?
So at this time, are you currently employed?
No, I am a full-time student. I do take 6 classes. So while the kids are in school, I am a full-time student.
Are you still married?
Yes.
Does your husband work?
Yes, he does.
What does he do?
He is an iron worker.
She remarried a working man, but still expects the old one to pay. Some people really don't use logical thinking.
And you don't do like part-time jobs like Uber, DoorDash, something?
No, ma'am.
Why don't you get a job?
How close are you to graduating?
I still have 3 years.
And you can't do part-time schooling?
Part-time schooling, no. Because every time I try to look for a job, everybody's like, well, you have to either be here early in the morning or you have to be here like really late. And my husband's commute, it would leave the children unattended.
That's why people do part-time jobs. But it looks like her main plan is to get the support without working a day.
And have you talked to Mr. Acevedo about maybe taking them extra in that case?
We have not.
Right. And then your schooling doesn't offer online classes?
They offer only certain online classes, but they're not with the degree plan that I have.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
So let me get this straight. She said her school only gives a few online options, meaning she has to go there. So my question is, who looks after the kids then?
Say because you had to take the children to school or pick them up, that caused you to be fired?
Correct.
Okay. And did they monitor you when you were online doing this work?
Correct.
Okay. Now, since they fired you and you decided to go back to school, and you have already testified that there's no reasonable, in your opinion, no reasonable part-time job you could have to supplement your income.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you also claim that Mr. Acevedo, you want sort of protection against him because of an incident that happened some years before that we got the divorce. And isn't it true that that incident arose out of the fact that you had voluntarily left the house, abandoned your husband and your children for a period of time, and then suddenly tried to come back and get into the house, which caused the problem?
Gotcha.
Isn't that?
That is incorrect.
And what is correct?
Take a closer look at how the judge quickly saw behind her mask.
So I was not locked out of the house. I was actually forced out of the house. There was a police officer that came and did make a report that day.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm not talking about what happened when the police officer came. I'm talking about what caused the incident to occur to begin with. Had you voluntarily...
So that incident that did occur, that had nothing to do with, we were already separated for 2 years, it might have been. And the incident happened because I was a minute late dropping off our daughter.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
She tried to answer his question with another answer, but the judge was already 2 steps ahead.
It was her birthday. I had picked her up and I took her somewhere to go and eat, and I was a minute late and he got upset about that.
Okay, when you left the house, how did you leave? You're trying to tell me that Mr. Acevedo forced you to leave the house?
Correct.
And why did he do that?
That was not the same incident that we're speaking of. So when I did...
No, I'm not speaking about the same incident. I'm saying when you left the house, whether it was 2 years before, 2 years after, why did you leave?
I didn't leave the house. Mr. Acevedo actually locked me out of the house.
Huh? And why
did not allow me to get anything, did not allow anything like that.
Okay. And why did that happen? Just because he wanted to do it?
Because he was upset.
And why was he upset?
I couldn't tell you why he was upset.
Why you always lying?
See, she's avoiding the answer, thinking by pretending not to know she can outsmart. But they've seen many of these cases to know when someone tries to pull it off.
Were you having an adulterous relationship?
I was not.
You were not?
No, I was not.
I see. And so now, Mr. Acevedo and you have been involved with a 50-50 sharing of child custody. And Mr. Acevedo makes sufficient money to support these children much better than you. And he is now got a budget that really doesn't leave him any spare money. And now you think it's fair that you should be able to come in here because you lost your job, whether it was because of the kids going to school, which we have to take your word for, or not. And now you think it's fair that he should somehow give you money to help you support these kids.
I don't think so.
Repeat the question, I'm sorry.
The question was, the judge heard the testimony of all the parties, and the judge heard the testimony of the amicus attorney. And the amicus attorney, when we made closing arguments, stated that she believed that what the best interest of the children was a 50-50 custody and no child support. The judge took that recommendation along with the rest of the evidence, and she granted a final decree of divorce based on that custody issue. Is that correct?
I do recall that, yes, the amicus did state that.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Having half custody is more than she deserved given the past, where she left her family for 3 long years.
Okay, let me go next to you, Ms. Chelsers. Technically, you're your own lawyer, so you kind of get the stand and get to tell me whatever else you need to tell me that hasn't been asked strictly related to the issues before the court. So anything else you want to say, ma'am?
I did write a little statement, if you would allow me to read it.
Well, that's your testimony. Is there any objection, Mr. Mangine? I assume not.
No, I'm not going to object. We don't have a jury present, so it's...
Yeah, I'm going to give some latitude since she's not a lawyer and she's trying to get her testimony in. So yeah, you can read your statement.
I put, Your Honor, I am writing this letter to request support for my children. I'm a full-time student with previous work with a full-time work. Unfortunately, due to location of the children's school and difficulty of balancing work and school schedule, I was let go of my job to prioritize my children's education and well-being.
So that was a lie.
What kind of location she takes her kids to always make her late to work? I don't think any job would be harsh, and instead, I believe she must have overused the free time that was given to her, leading to the job taking action.
As a full-time student, my time is divided between attending classes, studying, and taking care of my children. While I'm grateful for the opportunity to further my education, it also comes with It also comes with a set of challenges, one of them being financial strain.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Here we go with the tears.
I rely on scholarships, loans, and to cover most of my children's expenses. However, the source of income is not always sufficient to meet their needs. I have always been a responsible parent and have provided for my children for the best of my abilities. However, with the loss of my job, I am struggling to make ends meet and provide for my children's basic needs. I believe it is in the best interest of the children to receive child support from the other parent.
Bottom line, not going to happen.
Okay, we'll move on. Ms. Coates, did you want to call Mr. Acevedo, or do you want defer to Mr. Menji?
Yes, I'll call Mr. Acevedo, please. Would you state your full name for the court, please?
Marco Adam Acevedo.
And in the 3 years that you've all been divorced, you've maintained a 50-50 custody relationship, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you provide, now, do you own a house?
Yes, sir.
The other thing that I want to bring out is, let's talk about that incident. And I don't want to open a dirty wound and go on for hours, but could you briefly describe the reason that Miss Chesser says that you locked her out of the house?
Now, this is the part that ties everything together, so watch closely.
She had committed adultery. She was basically living with another individual, had abandoned us, myself and the children, and that's why I didn't allow her to come back, and she was basically trying to force her way in the house, being erratic, and I was just looking out for the safety of my children, myself, my home.
It pains me to say, but if the shoes were reversed, I'd be saying the same thing. Is like, how is it fair that he supports you while you decide, or the children more, while you decide to go get a college degree for the future, when you got to duty support now, and not at his expense, that you want to go get the degree? And I'd be telling him the same thing if he was here asking child support for you. You got 50-50 split. Why should she pay for you to go to school? I mean, I'm trying to figure out why that would be fair this way.
I would be devastated if my wife left me and the kids for someone else, but I would feel enraged and insulted if she came back asking for money.
Okay. I just, while we were married, I was a homemaker, so he was the one that provided for us, and I didn't do anything else.
Not at his expense, that you want to go get the degree. And I'd be telling him the same thing if he was here asking child support for you. You got 50-50 split. Why should she pay for you to go to school? I mean, I'm trying to figure out why that would be fair this way.
Got him!
She cheats on him, divorces him, marries another guy, and expects husband number one to pay up. That's not happening. Well, if she can't take care of the children because she's in school, then he should get 100% custody.
I made my last alimony payment this month. It was...
You guys were married for 8 years?
Yeah, so in California...
It's half the time you were married?
Unless it goes to 10 years, and then it's indefinite. It's up to the judge.
After 10 years?
Yep. If we'd been married for 10 years, it would be an indefinite amount of alimony, up to the judge. And that payment was assessed based on my earnings, of course, but also there were no, stipulations about her needing to work ever.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
Right, so those payments are coming out, and she just doesn't have to work, and she hasn't worked ever. So
you paid alimony for 4 years?
Yeah,
4 years. Yep. Okay.
She didn't work the whole time?
No, not since we even got together.
This must be the happiest day in his life, finally being relieved from that payment. Imagine having to pay and seeing that she doesn't even want to work while claiming what's yours every month.
Stay away from women that's only dating you for your money. Stay away from women that's only dating you for financial help. Stay away from women like that. If they only dating you for financial help, stay away from women like that. It's never gonna work out. If you broke or anything like that, if you run out of money, they gonna leave you. Stay away from women like that, bro. You wanna rock with women that don't care. I mean, of course you gotta have money, but they don't care if you broke or anything like that. They still rock with you. They still by your side. They still, they still do whatever for you. You know what I'm saying? You want to be around women like that. You don't want to be around women that you got to pay for every date. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't spending money on them, they ain't texting you, they ain't calling you.
You're goddamn right. Stay with a lady that will lift you up the day you get sick, broke, or in trouble, because that's the ultimate test that shows if a woman is worthy.
A man with no money make a woman happy.
Well, what? Because he ain't got nothing. How you gonna make her happy?
So is that a no?
Just a no.
So what if he can offer everything else but money?
Well, what can you offer me?
Happiness.
I'll be happy with money.
So no?
No.
Stop it. Get some help. If you tie happiness to money alone, you will live miserable.
Always tell guys, protect your meat. Money, energy, attention, time. That is your meat. If you give up your money easily, she's gonna use you until you run out of money. Your energy is everything. Women don't give men energy, they deplete it. Attention is what they thrive on. That is her currency. And time is everything for you. If you give your time away, you don't have time for the other things.
You heard him. Guys, protect what makes you whole and don't let anyone feed on it and drain you.
I came across this. And I had to say something because this is just ridiculous. Ex-wife of Dwayne Wade, basketball legend, basketball superstar, got $5 million in their divorce settlement, and he got custody of the kids. She gets $5 million. Now, that's a divorce settlement. That $5 million is tax-free. And she's blown it all. And she's now holding up a sign saying, hey, I'm homeless. Dwayne Wade, I need your help.
It's none of my business.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You're going to have to suffer. You're going to have to suffer. You're going to have to go and get a job. Do something. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. If you take $5 million and you put it in a money market fund, a mutual fund, you put it in the bank, something very conservative, you can live off of the interest very well for the rest of your life. Most people don't even get a chance to get $1 million at one time. She got $5 million tax-free, and you telling me you can't figure out a way to make that work for the rest of life?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Come on now. Now, the question is, should Dwayne Wade help her? He has custody of the kids. The kids are not with her. So I say she needs to be a responsible adult and get up and go and make it happen. Because at the end of the day, when someone gives you that type of money and you blow it, it doesn't matter if they give you more money. You're going to blow that as well because you're not a good steward of money.
You're goddamn right. I can say with absolute certainty that she got an advantage that no one ever gets, and she blew it off.
It'll never not be funny to me when guys are so afraid of marriage and afraid of alimony. It's like asking him to volunteer for jury duty in a murder trial where he's the victim. Like, they're always like, I'm never getting married, man. You know what happens when you get divorced? Alimony. And, like, I get it. Divorce is scary. 50% of marriages end in divorce. That's like a coin toss with your life savings. Tails, you lose the house and dog. But here's the real kicker, right? Only 10% of divorces actually end with alimony. Huh? That means 90% of you guys are dodging a bullet that isn't even loaded. It's like saying you're afraid to go to the beach because you don't want to die of a shark attack. Like, bro, you don't even know how to swim. I mean, let's be honest, you're not that afraid of alimony. You're just afraid that you're not actually marriage material. You're not afraid of losing half. You're just afraid of someone looking at what you actually do have and going, that's it?
The question is, who are they to judge us in the first place? And second of all, we're not taking any chances.
I just got this problem with an ex-wife.
Uh-oh. Tell us about it.
Wanting money every day. And we've been divorced over 10 years, and she's remarried, but she's got a husband that lays up on the couch. He won't work.
And so she's coming to you for money?
Yeah, every day she's wanting money to get cigarettes, pay her bills.
I beg your pardon?
Are you remarried?
No.
Hey, I know why she's doing this. You know why?
I'm trying to figure this out.
I figured it out for you. She's doing this because you keep giving it to her. And you have been for a decade, even though you went to court and dissolved your marriage. Why are you still giving her money 10 years later after she left you and remarried somebody else?
I had kids, and they over 18 now, and I was just trying to figure out if I need to part ways or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you still in love with her?
Well, I care about her, but she chose another man over me.
That's exactly right.
Fair enough. He's right. Once you give it to them, they'll keep asking, and you won't see the end of it.
And my heart's breaking for you, man, because I can tell you still care about her. You want her to be successful. She's the mother of your kids, and I get that. But what you just said is important. She chose somebody else over you. She left you. She divorced you. She married somebody else. And this is the bed that she chose for herself, and she's got to sleep in it. She got to make up that bed. And the only way to move forward is you got to stop writing checks. You got to say the ATM is closed. You will not get another penny from me ever again. And then she's going to have to look at her husband who's laid up on a couch, and they're going to have to figure that one out.
It's an evil world we live in.
Sometimes it's hard to say no, but it's necessary. Well, guys, that was all for today. We'll be back soon.